Hello everyone, this is Pet Crochets. Welcome back to my channel. In a previous video, I was measuring my first ever custom cover-up dress. This is a dress that I created for my mother-in-law, and I want to show you guys the process of how I created this dress. We're going to be using the same lacy design I used for my previous cover-up dress, as well as the asymmetrical top and lace shorts. If you watched the other video, for this dress, my mother-in-law wanted some triangular bust cups. She wanted a low back and a cover-up dress that was fairly short and in the color black. So this is what I came up with. It turned out beautifully. Once again, this was my first ever measurement-based dress for someone else. If you've noticed, I only ever really crochet clothing for myself and just try to make tutorials that are measurement-based, but this is the first time I've ever created something for someone else. This won't be a fully detailed tutorial, but I will show you the steps for how to create your own dress. If you like my videos and my tutorials, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. So the very first thing that I did was created a swatch for how I wanted the triangular bust cups to look like. I also did this so I can get an accurate measurement of how much the increased rows would be, so I could figure out how many rows I need to increase and how many increases I really needed to do. I will be showing you guys again how I do these lace panels, however it's a little harder to see with the black yarn, so I recommend going back to my lace cover-up dress or the lace asymmetrical top just so you could see it a little bit clearer. But with this particular yarn, this is a weight 3 cotton yarn. The lace panel, which is made of 4 rows, is around 1.5 inches, and for each increase, here I'm measuring how much it increases per row. So I do 2 increases per row, 1 on each side just to get that triangular shape. Each set of increases, or every 2 increases, the lace panel row or the row itself increase by around, I want to say, 1 inch. Now don't forget that the yarn also will stretch a little bit. So that means each increase increases the row by 1/2 inch because we're dividing that number by 2. So this is me just kind of working through those calculations, and this is what I do for all of my projects. Before I start, I sketch it out, I do a swatch, I get some of the measurements, and I kind of plan it out this way. So here I'm just kind of figuring out how many rows I need to do in order to get the bust cups to cover her breast area without it getting too long or being too short. Now everyone's body measurements are going to be different. If you find that you need it to increase a little less, you can increase every other lace panel row. If you need it to increase more, you can do more increases within the row. I'll show you how to do the increases in this video, but once again, you can also learn how to do the increases in my lace cover-up dress. We're basically going to be increasing into the V-stitch rows, so you can increase by adding more V-stitches into that row. We'll get to that when I start the mini tutorial portion. In order to start those lace panels, you need to have at minimum 4 stitches or 4 double crochet stitches. So I'm going to start with 1 double crochet, increase, and then keep increasing until we reach the 4, and then they'll give it that triangular shape. This is the details of the yarn I use. Once again, this is a 100% cotton yarn. Remember that because it is cotton, it doesn't stretch too much, but that lacy design does give it a little bit more room to stretch. If you're using a different type of yarn, it might stretch differently, hence why it's important to start with a swatch. I'm also grabbing my 3.75mm hook. I'm starting off with 1 double crochet foundation stitch. Remember, we're starting with the triangular portion of the top. You're going to chain up 3, yarn over, go back into that very first chain that you made and pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through the top loop, that's your foundation stitch, and then do a double crochet. I'll be linking the video on how I do these chainless foundation stitches. Now we're just going to chain 2 and turn our work, and we're working right back into that first double crochet stitch that we made right there. We're going to increase by 1 double crochet, so you're going to do 1 double crochet and then place another double crochet right back into that same stitch. That way now we have 2 double crochets, so we increased by 1. Chain 2 and turn again. Now we're going to increase twice into the next 2 stitches, so you're going to place 2 double crochets into those 2 stitches. At the end of this row, you're going to have a total of 4 stitches. We need 4 stitches in order to begin the lace panel row, and this kind of increase will give it that triangular shape. I also want to add the diagram that I used for my previous lace dress just to show you the different rows. We have a V-stitch row, a double crochet row, and then 2 mesh rows. We're increasing into the V-stitch rows only, and I'm doing increases at the beginning and the end, so it increases on both sides for that triangular shape. So this is the first row for the lace row. We're going to start with a V-stitch. We're going to begin by chaining up 4, and into the very first stitch we're doing a double crochet. This will count as a double crochet, chain 1 double crochet, or our first V-stitch. Now we're going to skip 2 stitches and then V-stitch into that last stitch, so double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, back into that same stitch. So for this row we have 2 V-stitches. And if you notice here, I'm placing my final double crochet into the top of the turning chain. Here are my 2 V-stitches, and I'm going to begin the next lace row by chaining up 3 and turning my work. And then into that chain space, I'm placing 2 double crochets. That chain up of 3 counts as a double crochet, so technically we have 3 double crochets in that first V-stitch. Into that next chain space, place 3 double crochets. I like to place that final double crochet into the top of the chain 3 just so it gives it a nicer edge. We're now going to begin row 3 by chaining 1 and turning our work, and into the first 2 stitches we're doing single crochet. So here's my first and second single crochet, chain up 3, skip the next 2 stitches, and then single crochet into the third stitch. Now we're going to single crochet into the top of that chain 3. For the last row, or the last mesh row, we're going to chain up 1, turn our work, single crochet into the first stitch, chain up 3, and then single crochet into the chain space from the previous row. And then we're going to chain up 3 and then single crochet into the last stitch. And that is our repeats for the lace panel rows. So now I'm going to begin the V-stitch row again. And I'm going to begin with an increase. So I'm chaining up 4, and into that first chain space I'm doing a double crochet, so that's my first V-stitch, and back into that same chain space I'm going to add another V-stitch or a double crochet, chain 1 double crochet. Here is my final chain 3 space. I'm doing a V-stitch, so double crochet, chain 1 double crochet, back into that chain space I'm doing another V-stitch. And don't forget that final double crochet I'm placing into the top of the turning chain. So I increased by 2 V-stitches in this row. From here you're just going to keep repeating those lace rows and those increase rows. So I did an increase or added a V-stitch at the beginning and the end of the row. However, if you need to increase more rapidly, you can add more V-stitches. Maybe not in this first row because there's already 2 increases, but in the following rows, for example, you could do 1 in the beginning, 1 in the end, and some in the middle, just so it increases more rapidly. Once you reach your breast measurement, then from there you can just add no increase rows until this is your desired length. So I believe I did just 1 extra lace panel without any increases, and I made sure to end on the double crochet row, or row 2. This just makes it easier later when we attach the bust panels and we continue the dress. You're going to repeat all of these same steps with the same increases for a second bust cup. So here's my first bust cup. It is a nice triangular shape, and my second. From here, you're just going to pick up where you left off for the second bust cup. I'm just aligning the cups real quick, and I'm going to pick up where I left off and place my hook into the corner stitch of the other bust cup. So I'm putting my hook in through that corner stitch, and to join the 2 panels together I'm doing a slip stitch, and then I'm also slip stitching into the next 2 stitches of that panel. I'm doing this just so it's more secure because previously I've only done just a slip stitch and it's come undone, so make sure you slip stitch into the next 2 or 3 stitches. I'm going to chain up 1 extra, cut and pull the yarn through so that's nice and secure, and here are our bust panels joined together. Now I'm just turning my work, and we're going to continue the dress from this point on. So I'm going to pull a slip knot through the corner stitch of the bottom of the bust cup, chain 1 and continue that lace panel. So remember, this is row 2 that we left off on. we're going to start up again with row 3 or the first mesh row, which is single crocheting into the first 2 stitches, chaining 3, and then you're going to single crochet into the middle double crochet stitch. The previous row was that triple double crochet. We're going to single crochet into the middle one. You're going to continue this all the way down, and when you get to that middle section, you should end on a chain up of 3. So you're just going to chain up 3 and then go into the middle double crochet stitch of the next bust panel and then keep going. Now from here, like we've been doing with the bust panels, you're going to increase at the beginning and the end, and I also added, I believe it was 3 increases in the middle, because we're going to keep increasing until the 2 ends of this join around our midsection to our back, like so. So here's me just trying this on. Remember, my mother-in-law are very similar in size, so I just kept going until the 2 ends joined at the back. If you want this to be a little bit more low cut, you can do the increases a little bit more slowly so that it joins a little bit lower in the back. But she didn't want it to be too low, so this is where I ended the increases at the ends of the dress. From here, we're going to increase for our hip width, but we're no longer going to be increasing at the ends of the row because we don't want it to be pointed. We want to go straight down from here, if that makes sense. Right now, we're increasing at the beginning and the end of the row, and then throwing some increases in the middle of the row so that the panel is like pointed at the ends. But now I want to keep increasing without increasing at the ends so that when it goes straight down, we'd be able to seam it up later. So to begin the increases for the hips, I'm just marking off the sides of the dress where I needed to increase. So I'm definitely putting increases there, but I'm also adding increases scattered throughout. So a bunch of increases within the middle. I believe I did 3 or 4 per row because I needed to increase this rapidly to fit her hips. I'm increasing in the hip area, but also in the front section of the dress by doing those extra V-stitches. You're just going to keep going until this reaches your hip width. And then once it reaches your hip width, you're just going to keep adding no increase, just regular lace panel rows until this is your desired length. You also want to make sure that you end on row 2 or that double crochet row. Here I'm just showing you or explaining that I'm going to be doing single crochets along the entire perimeter of this whole dress. So I'm going to go around the bust cups, down the sides, and even down along that bottom edge until we reach the other side again. This is just to clean up the edge and make it easier to seam. So I'm picking up where I left off, chaining 1, turning my work, and adding single crochets. I'm going to go along the entire perimeter of this whole dress. I didn't film anything after this only because this was actually the night before we had to leave for Greece to meet up with my in-laws. So I'm just going to quickly explain what I did, and I also threw in some clips on how to seam it from my previous dress. But at the bottom of the dress, I added some shells. And along the opening of the back, along the V section area, I added a picot detail. I added straps at the top of the bust cups, and I also added some bead details, but that was about it. So I just seamed up the back. If you find that you're not able to slip this on and off easily, you can also do some sort of corset design at the back to give you a little bit more leeway when it comes to slipping it on and off. If you have wider hips, you could do buttons, you could do ribbon, whatever you feel is best for your body type. However, my mother-in-law has more narrow hips, so she was able to slip this on and off easily, even over her bikini. But you could do any variation of this as you'd like. I'm going to link videos on different projects I did showing how I do the shell detail and the picot detail, so you can add those in if you'd like. Once again, if you go to my lace cover-up dress and the lace shorts, I show you how to do the seaming in more detail. Okay, you guys, this concludes this mini tutorial / walkthrough video on how I crocheted this lacy black cover-up dress. My mother-in-law looked absolutely beautiful wearing this. It came out perfectly. It fit her well. I'm so happy with the way it turned out. I was so nervous that I wasn't going to fit her for some reason, but it fit. Everything looked great. If you want to make your own dress, I hope this was helpful. Once again, you can refer back to my previous videos on how to do this lacy design and kind of make it your own and play around with the pattern. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys do decide to give this a try. And as always, if you need a little help or you're confused, you can comment down below or reach out to me by Instagram at petcrochets. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone!